So it was really cold outside. Now it's really warm outside, and I'm in my sleeveless shirt, and this isn't far enough away from me. Hang on a minute. This isn't quite like one of those thingamajiggies. What do you call it? I don't know. One of those things that move around with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is just my whatever. And I'm trying to avoid everybody so they don't end up in the video, but I guess I'll hide here under a tree. This is how I start my videos. I'm an insane person. If you're new to my channel, hi! But I wander off a lot, so I'm going to try to stay on cue here. The subject is the new cost of living adjustment and how it's going to affect those of us who are either on the line of poverty, just a little bit above it. People are going to start losing benefits. Are there any strategies? The biggest strategy you can do, get your documentation together. Is your rent being raised? You need that letter, a copy of it. Do you have any new medical expenses? Get a copy of that. You need proof, receipts. Is your electric or water going up, or any fees or charges in your town or state? Anything that you can prove isn't an expense is going to help you to keep the amount of food stamps and fuel assistance, QMB, SMB if you're on Medicare. Is there something that you have been putting off because it isn't covered in a medical expense? Did you need a scooter, a wheelchair, and they won't provide it? Get it on credit if you can, and those payments can be used as medical expense. Think outside the box and think creatively as to how you can show expenses that are necessary to your well-being, safety, etc. I think it's a horrible thing they did, doing the COLA, but not raising the minimums up a bit to allow the people who are receiving assistance, now they'll be losing important, vital assistance. When my husband died, I had to think about what could I really afford on $834 a month I was originally getting. Then it went up to $883 with the COLA from last year, and now it's going to be up to $960, but it still wouldn't help me with the rent raise and the fact that I was in a trailer I owned, and if anything went wrong with the electric or water under the ground, even though I was paying rent, I was going to be the one to pay the expense of fixing it. My neighbor had to leave his trailer after a year and a half of living with no electricity because the lines under the ground to the box, the outdoor box that went to Duke Energy, it malfunctioned, and it was an $8,000 fix, and he didn't have $8,000. So he had to just walk away. I didn't want to walk away. Even though I've spent more money than I wish I would have, I'm glad I sold it, because better something than nothing if anything went wrong. So the people that own it, you know, he's a handyman, and it's a good thing for them, and not a good thing for a widow with no skills and no physical ability, because I have a lot of health problems. Not as many as I thought, actually, but physical, you know, mobility issues. So, yeah, those are strategies I would use. Now, if, like, your rent is going up and you feel like, you know, I can't eat, I either got to pay rent or food, rethink what you're doing, where you're living. Don't make rash decisions, of course, but is there a friend you could go and rent a room from? A family member? Do you know someone that you could bring into your home? That they got to be responsible and willing to pay rent and things like that, just to up your quality of life. Think outside the box, and what can you do? I'm going to be moving into a van just so I could look around the country and see what's available, because you never know. there might be a decent senior low-income apartment in an area I wouldn't mind living. Maybe I'll find a piece of land because I still have a little bit of, money from selling both my trailer and my car. I need to spend down by June, I'm hoping to, of this coming year, because I qualify for Medicare at that point. I'll be 65, and I want either QMB or SMB, but you can only have a certain amount of cash money, and I just want to be honest, so finding a way to spend that down. Maybe I'll get a facelift. I'd really love to get that chicken skin removed, you know what I'm saying, or my eyelids lifted. I'm vain. I hate getting old, really, but what's the benefit in it? There's none. No, okay, so back to the subject. Do what you can. Think about alternatives. Before my husband even got sick, I was on the internet in 2014 looking for alternative retirement, alternative lifestyles. I found the van life, and I had remembered I lived that way for 10 years with my husband, 3 kids, a hamster, a ferret, and a lovebird. On the road, 2 vans, a Wells Cargo enclosed trailer, and a Shasta camper. Oh, I wish I had that camper today. Only paid $1,500 for it back then. Cute little 26-foot little bunkhouse. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I hope this helps some of you. I'll try to think some more things. I had a better video, but my grandson ran in front of it, and I'm not allowed to have him on a video, and I don't know how to edit. Sorry, Glenda. One of these days, I saved your videos. I've just never had the chance to really take the time to look at them and try it out myself. Maybe when I'm in a van, I'll be able to sit in the library and figure this all out. Then I'll edit, and I'll have nice videos. Don't count on it. Alrighty then. Bye.